Hello guys, so today I will do a consumption test with winter tires. I swapped my tires a week ago, and since then I have 178 watt-hour per kilometer. So I wanted to do a proper test and see how the winter tire consumptions are and what range I would get with these winter tires. It's a bit rainy outside right now, so this is also good because most of the winters it will be dark and rainy and wet like this, so it should be a good test. So previously, when I had my summer tires, I used to get around 161 mixed driving, but I did like let's say 1,500 kilometers out of those 200 kilometers on the motorway, so it's not exactly city driving. And this 100 kilometers, you see 178 watt hours per kilometer. This is mostly 70 to 80 kilometers per hour. So the plan is to drive to this supercharger. So it's just beside Chiemsee, if you are familiar with the lakes around Bavaria, and I'll charge up there for let's say about 20 minutes or so. So it's about 65 kilometers from here. So I'm in south of Munich, as you can see here, and then I'll just drive there. So it's just driving along A8 basically. So let's get going then. So one thing I forgot to mention before is that the state of charge at this moment is 74%. So let me just reset the trip meter so that we can count from here. Okay, so up we go. Okay, so we hit horrible traffic, the Friday evening traffic around Munich, and the rain has worsened. So not the best conditions for driving, but I'm gonna do this test anyway. So far we have driven 11 kilometers, and yeah, as you can see, the consumption is quite high, 198. My cruise control is hard braking because my distance is probably set to 5 because of the rain, but anyway, so not the best weather conditions. I'm still stuck around Munich, not able to make much progress, so the average speed will be quite low. Yeah, so I'll just continue driving. Okay, updates. So I've driven 27 kilometers and it's still raining a lot, so it's turning out to be a test of consumptions when it's raining cats and dogs. Which is okay. I think it is useful also to know what would the consumptions when the weather conditions are like this. Apart from that, the speed limits are 100 kilometers most of the times today because of the weather. So I cannot maintain a really high speed, and there is also a lot of traffic right now because it's 5:30 in the evening almost. So yeah, the update is that we are just halfway through, probably. Oh no, not halfway, we still have to go 49 kilometers, so half an hour of driving. The consumption is 214 right now, so it's quite high, which is understandable. And we are actually just passing by a supercharger, but we won't charge there. We are now 28 kilometers away from the supercharger. We are at 55%. The consumption went down a lot. Basically what happened was that I was just going uphill, and now I'm just coming downhill, so that helped a lot. So it's 180 right now, which is what probably I would expect if it was flat. Yeah, so the weather still did not clear up, so it's still raining cats and dogs. And right now the speed limit is 100 kilometers per hour. Yeah, there is also a lot of traffic, so I cannot really drive faster than the traffic. Yeah, so that's about it. We will arrive in 17 minutes, so the battery started already preconditioning. Actually, it started preconditioning in Nearing because I think it's cold, so now it starts preconditioning a bit earlier than in September. Yeah, so that's about it. So yeah, just cruising along, and we will arrive soon. I have arrived at the Supercharger. So I arrived with 181 watt hours per kilometer. I arrived with 44%. The car said 43%, so it's quite accurate. The average speed is quite low, so it's around 77-ish, or I guess 75-ish. Yeah, so the Supercharger here is quite busy actually, so I'm going to have to share one of the stalls. So let me just get plugged in. Just plugged in. So it's also interesting for me to see how much speed I get when the Supercharger is shared. So the car says it's high usage Supercharger. So basically it's a hotspot, I guess, and there is a Burger King just on the other side, and there are some other things like restaurants and stuff. It's just by Chiemsee, and people who are traveling to Austria also stop here. So we get 66 kilowatt. Okay, so 20 minutes to charge up to 80%. Oh, let me just charge up to 90%. So I think I will go to this Burger King and get something to eat. Okay, so can't get into the Burger King because due to the new regulations they can let only a specific number of people in the restaurant, which is okay. I just sit in the car and chill out. So I am still getting quite low speed because the gentleman next to me still is charging with a Model X. So in the meantime I do some ninja calculations, just like beyond Island. Let me show you. Okay, so the calculations. We arrived with 44% and we started with 74%. So we used up 30% of the battery, and our average consumption was 181 watt hours per kilometer, and we drove 79.1 kilometers. So we pulled 14.3 kilowatt hours, and since this is just 30% of the battery, we just divide it by 3. This gives us the net battery capacity. So with these weather conditions we can pull 47.7 kilowatt hours. So what would be the range with this net capacity? So our average consumption is 181, so we just divide the net capacity of the battery divided by the average consumption. This would give us the range. So it's actually exactly the same, 263 the other day, but today the average speed is lower, so I guess this is why. So the other day it was also raining, but not as bad as today, so the average speed was a bit higher. So yeah, 263 in these crappy weather conditions with speed limits around 100 kilometers per hour. Yeah, so we are charged up to 64%. I will try to get into Burger King again. I need to use the restroom and maybe get something to eat to go. Okay, so no luck with Burger King. Still there are too many people inside, so I cannot get in. I think I will just get going. I have enough charge, and I will just drive back, and I have to do some stuff along the way, so I will do those. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.